Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wicked Funny Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Bowden. With me, as always, Franklin Gazzero.
Hello.
How are you, Frank? How are you today?
I'm okay. I'm a little stressed. I'm okay, though.
You
Okay.
look very stressed. Before we came on air, you came on and said, "Hold on, I'll be right back." And you walked out of the room and you looked very disheveled. Is that your everyday look? You're wearing pajama pants. It looks like you found that shirt somewhere. That
Yes.
it looks like you found that shirt somewhere that's not your house. Like, like that's like a random shirt you find in the woods, and somebody, and like one of your friends puts it on.
Yeah.
What?
I found it in a wooded area.
I, that's the like picture shirt that you would find in a wooded area. Everybody, that
It's like
is the shirt
a
that
tree.
Frank's
There's
wearing.
leaves on it.
You know what? Hey, Frank, if this makes it to YouTube, stand up so so everybody can see.
No, I don't want anyone to see it. No, I don't want
Come on, Frank.
no. You can see the top. It's a gray T-shirt. It's a little bit small for me. I'm very.
It's not a great T-shirt.
And I feel it's a gray T-shirt. Gray.
Oh, I thought you said a great.
No, it's a gray like undershirt. It's like an undershirt.
I was gonna say great. No, gray. Yes.
No. Yeah, gray. Yeah, but when I'm at home, I don't ever like wear normal clothes. Even like
No.
if I go out, like if we go out to dinner, the moment I get home, I change out of my jeans and stuff and put on.
I understand that completely. I
Yeah.
understand that, but you never like. Let's say, God forbid, you run an errand, right? Let's say you do something during the day,
Yeah.
right? You leave your little fucking bungalow.
Yeah.
You go off. You
Go
go get seltzer water or whatever the fuck. What is that you're drinking? You go get some of that shit.
This is a non-alcoholic beer called Not a Pineapple Upside Down Shake. And I thought this was going to be like really sweet and milky because there's lactose in it. It isn't. It's delicious, and I don't like fruity beers at all.
I was gonna say you're not a fruity guy, Frank. You don't like the.
This one's quite nice.
You don't like. I did not think you were gonna say. Oh, I just happen to be drinking a pineapple upside down Rama Lima Ding Dong. Fucking.
It's a beer, and I really don't like fruity beers, but this one is quite nice. It's not alcoholic. Pretty good. Hey.
Yeah. Does it make your mouth hoppy, Frank?
No, it's pineapple-y.
It was a pun, you idiot. Hoppy, like happy.
I get it. Yeah, it makes me very hoppy.
Yeah, there you go. That made you hoppy. How's your dysthymia? How's your dysthymia? Did you have your
a bit better this week? Yeah, I feel a bit better this week.
Yeah, a few weeks ago we had a little checkup with Frank over on our Patreon named Frank Has Dysthymia, and then we found out that although I am the face of dysthymia, Frank just self-diagnosed himself with something. Frank's just sad. He was depressed. He's sad. Go listen to it, everybody. I tried to cheer him up the whole time.
Dysthymia, and then Brian explained what it was, and I was like, "Oh, that's not at all what I'm experiencing."
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's something different.
Frank's like, I think I broke my toe. My head hurts, and I can't see with the lights on. It's like, Frank, you have a headache. That's a completely different thing.
Oh, update on my potentially broken toe. I don't think I broke my toe.
Did you break your toe for real?
Yeah, like a week ago. So I stubbed my toe, right? My
what toe? What one?
Finger toe. Next to my pinky, the next to my pinky toe.
Okay.
And it made stubbing your toe always sucks. It always feels like you broke it in half or something for a second. But this time it was like pretty intense, and I heard a snap, right?
Okay. On your ring toe.
My ring toe, yes. Next to my pinky.
You know what I call that one? I call that one the left one. Yeah, or the right one, depending on what foot it is. Because the pinky toe is the pinky toe.
Oh, they all have names but that one.
And then the left one, right one, middle one. Then you got the one next to the big toe. Then you got the big toe.
I didn't think I'd think that makes sense, but it kind of makes sense.
It fucking makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Ready? Frank, my left middle toe. What one am I? I'm talking about what one?
Your middle toe on your left foot.
That's right. Hey, the one on the right. What am I talking about?
I don't know. Which foot are you talking about?
Exactly. It makes perfect fucking sense. So go ahead. You snapped your fucking right one.
I was walking through the house, and I didn't hit it on something weird. I hit it on a wall, on the corner of a wall. That's
That's
always
a that's a weird thing. Nobody usually people avoid those.
so I was like, oh shit, I think I'm okay though. I think I'm okay, and I kind of limped back to the couch, and then I felt it like swell up a little bit, and then the next
Okay.
day it was completely black and blue, and like
Like
yellow.
like was it that deep purple?
Yeah,
That deep
it was like
purple
gross looking. Yeah,
with the yellow around it.
yep. But so I was like, oh fuck, it must be broken. But I broke my a toe. I think the same toe on my other foot when I was like 12. I remember, and I remember it hurt my entire foot. Like the pain was like throughout my whole foot. It wasn't just on my toe, and my foot
Uh-huh.
from the beginning felt fine. Like I could walk fine. I could even like stand on my tippy toes and like bend my toes backwards.
Always good to do when you think you have a broken toe.
Yeah, just to test it. You got to test it.
Just-
You
you
got to
got to test the
test
limits.
the bones.
It's like when Superman was discovering his powers, you know? You got to test the limits. You can't go to the top building first, you know? Frank's
Like
got to walk around and then go on his tippy toes. Have you tried to pick things up with that foot,
I
Frank? Okay. That's
if I move my toe, well, it's if you go to the doctor and like I think I broke my arm, they put weights on it to see if it bends weird. You know, it's like what they do. So
I don't know. I've never broken an arm.
I haven't either, but I broke a hand once. But I so anyway, I could walk on it and it felt fine. But if I touched it, I tried to like curl my toe, like make a fist with my toe,
Yes.
it hurt real bad.
So you can't monkey grip.
Not too good. And then, but after a few days, it kind of started to feel better. Today, it's still sore, but it feels like 80% better. So I think I must have just sprained it or something.
Yeah. Isn't a sprain a break?
I don't know what it.
Well, well,
But
I'm glad your foot's getting better. And you know what? It's a tough bone to fucking heal. A foot is a tough thing to heal because you use. Well, I mean, most people use their feet all day, Frank. Imagine if you walked around as much as a normal person. How much?
Overwatch might have fixed my foot.
Oh yeah, playing Overwatch fixed your foot, keeping
Yeah,
that leg elevated. What's your SR at, by the way, Frank?
it's like 2000 something, maybe 21.
Frank is at 21. Frank is gold level competitive
Yes.
open queue Overwatch player.
Yes.
I am still platinum level 2500 standing strong.
Have you not played any of the
I
games?
have not done anything.
Because you know, you never know how many. Like you, based on if you win or lose, you might get or lose like 10 to say 30 points, like skill rating points. But you never know how many because it depends on a bunch of stuff. So the odds that Brian could have played any number of games between this last week and this week, and then wound up at the exact same score he had before, is basically zero. So he just hasn't played. So as
I've been playing. I just haven't been doing open queue. I'm staying shop, baby. I'm staying shop.
quick play,
I'm staying shop. I'm quick playing it. I'm doing roll queue competitive.
I like
Roll queue competitive.
Nice.
I've been doing that. I'm still. Don't worry. Just because I haven't played doesn't mean I'm not as good, Frank. I am still a warrior through and through. I fucking love Overwatch right now. I'm loving Overwatch.
Dude,
It's a good
Overwatch 2 beta for consoles starts
Mm-hmm.
in a little while.
I know, and I know that you're excited. I could give a fuck about that. I don't give two shits about the beta. Frank, I don't want to. Frank, I literally fucking called you today and said, "What do you want to talk about?" This whole thing is going to be about Overwatch, and I do not want that. I
I
cannot
don't
do
want
that.
that either. I'm just saying you'll like it more than normal Overwatch.
I don't doubt that. I cannot wait till it comes out, so I could also get platinum in that before you and shove it in your face. That's my whole goal in life. I will. There's do not. There is no try, and I will do it. I'll do it.
Yoda it up.
Fuck yeah! Yoda's gave some fucking bomb advice. There's a lot of advice that I've gotten from movies, like a lot of fucking advice. None that I can think of off the top of my head right now, but I could I've totally benefited from movies and TV for advice.
100%.
Oh yeah, you know how much shit Uncle Phil taught me? Uncle Phil, Fresh Prince, taught me everything. I've learned. I am the dad I am today because of Uncle Phil and fucking. He was a great dad. He was a better uncle.
Best TV dad, and that like he was the most like the advice he gave felt real. It felt like real advice. It wasn't just like, oh well, honey, just don't jump off a building. Like it wasn't some stupid TV shenanigan advice, even if it was about shenanigans.
Correct, Frank. The guy knew what he was saying, unlike yourself.
He dies. He
Yes. He was great. And so shout out to Uncle Phil. And yeah, I don't know how the fuck we got on Fresh Prince of Uncle Phil, but I love that motherfucker. And he's an inspiration to me. Oh, advice from movies. Advice from movies. Take the high ground. That's advice that I've gotten from movies.
What movie?
Fucking Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. When Obi-Wan Kenobi was fucking up Anakin, and he goes, Anakin, it's over. I have a high ground. Like, that's what I'm gonna say every time I got the high ground. Even if it's not over, I'm gonna put that shit in people's heads. I'm gonna fuck with them. Let them know it's over. I got the high ground, and I'm usually high.
Actually, have the high ground though, physically.
I don't even need to have the high ground to fucking say it. I'll say it where the fuck I am.
All right, but then they'll just be like, "No, you don't."
I'll say it while I'm dead in a fucking ditch. That's how fucking confident I am that when I say it, it makes people put fear in their hearts.
You think?
Absolutely. What? If I was above him, it's a plus. If it was above him, it's a plus.
All right. Give it a go, man.
You know what I'll say? I'll say when I'm at the low ground and I say I have the high ground, I'll follow that up with, because it's opposites day, motherfucker. And
is walk up
they wouldn't even know what to do. They'll be like, shit, it's opposite day.
Come out with a shovel and start digging. When they're like, what are you doing? Be like, I'm going to dig a hole and have the high ground.
Yeah. I'm digging a hole so I can have the fucking advantage.
Yep.
Although there was a situation, and this is, again, where high ground didn't have the benefit. I was watching fucking The Last Kingdom with Uhtred von Uhtred. You know, The Last Kingdom with Uhtred. So motherfucker Uhtred, well, I don't even know who the motherfucker was, but there was people on top of a mountain, and the people on the low ground were like, no, we can't fight them. You know, they're on top of a mountain. And then other people that were on the bottom were like, no, we can fight them, and here's why. See this feather? It came from a bird. That means the fucking birds are hydrated. These motherfuckers don't have any water up on that hill. They've been up there a long time. They're thirsty. So we're going to attack because they're weak, and they did. And I think they won.
I mean, that's impressive. I probably would have wanted a scout to confirm the lack of water or something.
A scout confirmed it.
Oh.
Siegfried, I believe was his name.
So they didn't need that bird feather.
The bird feather just helped confirm the whole goddamn thing.
All right.
That was just further evidence. I mean, they had a bird feather and a scout.
All right. Well, that's good. You got to have a scout.
That's what my grandpa always said. He said, you gotta have a scout.
Yeah.
said it all the time. We'd be driving around, and my grandpa would say, Brian, always make sure you got a scout. You know, make sure you got a scout.
You got to know what you're walking into.
Exactly. You need fucking scouts. I always wanted one of those hawks. You know those hawks? You know the hawks on the hand? The hawks, motherfucking hawks?
Yeah.
I want one of those hawks.
I do too. You know they can go like over 150 miles an hour? I think close to 200, some of them.
I did not know that, but I would just love one to fly 200 miles an hour in my fucking arm and be my pet. That'd be fucking dope.
I once was driving on a back road and a hawk flew in front of my car so close I almost hit it. Right?
It sounded like you were saying a poem. I was driving on a back road and a hawk tried to fly in my car, so I fucked him with my cock.
No, it went close enough to where I almost hit it, like it was like below my windshield, but it came from really high and it shot across the street and got something on the side of the road.
Yeah, really.
It was pretty cool.
Right in front of you.
Yeah.
Dude, we saw that at the fucking Gator tour. The fucking bird fucking stole the other bird and then ate it in front of its parent.
Yeah, that was not good. That was a sad situation.
I didn't even give a fuck. I was loving every second of that. I was loving it.
I felt pretty bad for the mama bird.
I yelled "Circle of Life." That's the circle of life. That's why you pay for that fucking boat tour, man. That's why.
That was a fun boat tour, man.
It was a fine tour. It was a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hey, did somebody have a birthday recently?
Well, Frank, at the time of this episode, I would have had a birthday.
Nice.
Yeah. Frank, I want you to write down segways check mark.
Dude, I know when this is coming out. It was intentional.
That was very funny. I'm having a great time. I'm very high, Frank. I don't know if you figured that out.
Tell.
I'm just smoking dope. Looks like you put on chapstick.
I don't know why that's funny, but it was funny.
Because I'm hilarious. So what now? Yes. Listen, by the time this comes out, my birthday, if you listen to this on Tuesday, the 21st, my birthday was, before that. So thank you for wishing me a happy birthday. If you did, and if you didn't, please take time. Do that now if you'd
When
like.
is it?
The
What's the date?
20th?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we got that coming up. And you know what? This is every year around this time. I mean, you can go back years and years and years and fucking years of how many years have we been doing this podcast? Like 3,
Like
4 years? 11 years of podcast.
Yeah.
And you could go back and all fucking 40 years of it has just been miserable with me around my birthday. Like there's always depression
Yeah, you get all
episodes.
grabby. It's like you sneak out of the room and put on a pair of grabby pants.
I fucking put them on and hike them right up my ass, Frank.
You do. And
All the way
nobody
up.
sees you do it. You're just suddenly wearing them.
I walk around with a crabby pants wedgie all month, But then,
what's up with that?
well, that's the thing. I figured it out, Frank. I figured it out.
Why you're sad every year?
Why a part of it. I think it's why I'm sad every year. So every year, right? And I know, like Katie and me have talked about this. Like you just feel like we look back on the year and it's like, oh, I could have done more. I could have done things differently. And there's regret throughout the entire year. And every year I can always find that regret. And now I look back and I realize that a lot of the depression came from just dwelling on it and not know how to fucking deal with it, not being able to identify it, because a lot of things are happening too. Like not only is it that regret, but also it's slow season for comedy, so shows are going down.
Yeah.
So if I don't feel like I accomplished anything in comedy, while at the same time I'm looking at my calendar and it looks like dog shit because summer's the shitty season, it takes fucking toll.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
This year, this was the first year. Like I feel like the medicine helped out. I feel like looking back and just kind of being able to process things helped out. I think a lot of it had to do with me just feeling bad for myself, and this year I just had a whole new leaf. I just have a whole new perspective on a whole new fucking leaf, Frank. A goddamn.
So you didn't even turn one over. You just bought a new leaf.
I just bought why would you want to use a fucking used leaf?
I don't know, but that's what most people do. They're cheap.
Frank, if you take a shit in the woods and you gotta wipe your ass, do you want to buy a new leaf or do you want the used leaf?
You know what? I don't want a leaf at all because I've tried to do that before and it doesn't work good.
It doesn't work well.
No, it's not good. Imagine if you had a clump of leaves. What happens when you drag it across an ass you're trying to wipe?
Well, it depends on the season, Frank. If it's the summertime, you might be all right. You got to find the right leaf. They crumble. Did it crumble? It tear? Yeah. Well, fucking.
You need like thick, like jungle leaves.
Listen, I grew up in Coventry, Rhode Island, where shitting in the woods is what we did for fun, Frank. And we know how to wipe our ass with leaves and find the good leaves to do it with us.
What leaves?
What? What leaves? Fucking walnut leaves. I'm not a walnut leaf. What is that? Maple. Like a maple leaf is good. You get fucking 4 or 5 maple leaves, overlap them. What?
They tear.
You gotta find the right ones. You don't pick up the brown ones. You gotta find the leafy ones.
The brown ones. I'm grabbing.
Or you do the branch and you just strip it. You strip it right off the branch. And you got a little bundle in your hand. Yeah.
You gotta go.
Or you just learn to take fucking tissues with you wherever you go. I mean, I don't know. All I'm saying is, if you are in the woods and somebody wanted to sell you a brand new leaf to wipe you out, a beautiful fucking palm tree leaf, like a palm fronds, a beautiful fucking palm fronds, where you can rip that shit apart, get 5, 6 good wipes out of it. Or do you want the used goddamn fucking maple leaves? What are you gonna pick?
A nice fancy one.
Exactly. So I just bought a new leaf this year.
All right, no, yeah, that makes sense to me. But you're a 1%er. Not everyone can. Most people could just have to turn it over. It's like a stain on a couch cushion.
Yeah, fuck that. Nope. Just buy a new couch.
The whole couch. Fuck the whole.
Buy a whole couch. Buy a whole couch. Go get a new couch, baby. Daddy wants the recliner with the chargers and the fucking armrest. You ever see those, Frank? I want a fucking dope ass fucking couch one day. Yeah. But yeah, no, so because I was able to kind of process all this shit, I just learned to kind of appreciate the shit that I had, and it just I feel like I might be having a midlife crisis. I don't know, but if I am, it's going great. If I am,
I mean, I'm gonna go. I've only been middle aged for I don't know how old you are when you're middle aged. I'm probably middle aged, right?
yeah, man, I think 40 is middle aged. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, man, because when somebody lives to 80, when somebody dies when they're 80 years old, I always say, like, they're 80.
yeah, yeah. So, uh, but my understanding is that a midlife crisis involves a crisis of some sort. It sounds like you're just doing okay, like you're just doing good.
Well, then I'm having a midlife okay.
You know,
Yeah.
because you're not
Midlife,
freaking out.
midlife.
Something spectacular happening that's making you all. You're not going crazy in your head.
Mm-mm.
You don't want to move to Mango Island like on Clarissa Explains It All. Remember that? Or Carissa?
She wanted to move to Mango Island?
No, there was an episode. It's one of the only things I remember from that show. Was there was one where her dad had a midlife crisis and he planned on moving the whole family to Mango Island.
Wow.
Yep,
That's crazy.
it is.
Is that a real place? Is Mango Island a real place?
It is. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Do you think there's all pineapples there? And then there's a place called Pineapple Island that has all mangoes?
Yeah. Do you know?
And the Polynesians did it to trick the white folk?
Yeah, it's like Greenland and Iceland.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Greenland is colder than Iceland, oftentimes.
No, man, it's because Greenland has ice and Iceland is green.
Yes, I also saw the Mighty Ducks 2.
See? Another great thing learned in a fucking movie, Frank. See how that shit sticks with you?
Yeah,
Stays with you. Stays
That's
with
one
you.
of the only things from that movie I remember. It's funny how weird details from things like that stick in my head. You know?
Yeah,
Like the Mango Island thing stuck in my head from that show I didn't even like.
I know.
Yeah.
Imagine if you paid attention during Home Improvement, the shit that you would learn.
Oh, crazy. I remember when Al says not to eat jalapeno bread if you eat a hot pepper.
You know, what's really funny is if you ask 100 people, tell me some type of advice that you learned from Home Improvement. 99 of them are going to say something that Wilson said. But you go straight to Al Borland not eating jalapeno bread.
Yeah, but it stuck out to me because it was, I don't know why, it just at the time I thought it was funny. But on the show, Tim eats something hot and Al's like, well, everybody, if you eat something spicy, try eating some bread. And then he takes a bite and he's like, but not jalapeno bread. It's not a good joke, but it's stuck in my head.
Well, all right. Good on that. I thought I was going to cough. So
Why didn't you do that while I was talking?
because I didn't think of it then, Frank.
You waited for me to finish, took a breath, went, so, took a breath, and then took a huge drag off of a joint.
because
Jesus Christ.
because there's like three things that I want to do, and I didn't know which one I wanted to do, nor did I know a smooth way to go into it. So it was like let me just take a hit real quick and figure this shit out. But so here's what we can do, Frank. This is a choose your own adventure.
Okay.
Actually, okay. So remember how you said you're the puberty guy?
Okay, well, that was past couple weeks.
Couple episodes ago, where Ray had.
I was the puberty guy. I said there should be a puberty guy you can call.
You just admitted it. And then you said, I'll be the puberty guy. I'll tell all the kids all the stuff they need to know. Well, listen, Frank. I made the graphic of you in a shirt that said puberty guy. And people have been sending in puberty questions for you.
Have they really?
Yeah, of course, man. We have a bunch of fucking psychopaths that listen to us. They're great.
Well, that's
Of course
pretty.
they fucking say. So I have a couple of those.
All
I
right.
went to okay, so there's that. There's that. That's option one. Option
Should
two,
I make
Frank.
a note of this?
I don't give a fuck what you do. I have this fucking. I went to go see Train last week,
Oh
and
yeah.
it was a fucking great time. And I figured out another reason why I love Train so much, and that is their lyrics are ridiculous. So I took some of my favorite Train lyrics, and I'm going to read them to you, and I just want your reaction to the lyrics because I think you're going to break them down and be fun. And then I forgot what the third thing was due to ADHD.
Okay.
So, Frank, what do you want to do? Train lyrics, or you want to answer some puberty questions?
Let's try Train lyrics first.
All right, puberty questions it is.
Alrighty.
So, Frank, puberty guy, for those of you that don't know the backstory, it's on our Ray Harrington episode. My son's going through puberty, and Frank suggested that there should be a puberty guy that answers questions. And
Like
now
a
we have,
helpline you can call and you
yeah.
ask whatever question pops in your head during the day.
So here we go. So this is our first question from Tim. He says, I saw a penis with no hair. Do some people don't get hair?
There are some people that don't get hair called alpacas. And
Yeah, the alpacas.
it's alopecia. That was a joke from a TV show. Anyway, the alopecia means you don't have hair.
I want to know how the puberty guy would answer that question.
That's
The
how I would
puberty
say
guy.
it. I would say if there's a disease or whatever you call it that makes so you don't have hair.
That's you're talking to a kid. Pretend you're talking to a kid right now.
All right.
Okay? Pretend it was my son. You know my son. You know him. You know my son.
This is what I would say to him.
I don't want to. This is the only time I'm ever going to tell you to do this. Close your eyes and picture my son, Frank.
I don't want to do that. I won't be able to think. All right. It's funny when people like close your eyes and think about blah, blah, blah to focus. It's never worked for me. My eyes have to be open, usually. Anywho, I would say, Brian's son, there is a medical thing that some people have that makes them lose their hair. So if someone had that, their wiener would be bald, right? Other people shave it. Other people haven't grown it yet. So if you see one without hair, it's like seeing someone's head without hair. Some people shave their head. Some people just lose their hair. Except
That's a great answer, Frank. I think that was exactly what I was looking for with that. So we got that question down. Tim, your questions have been answered.
I have selective alopecia. I would pay for that surgery.
Some people do. They do that fucking laser shit. I would do it, but I don't want some dude looking at my dinkus while he's fucking blasting me with a laser.
I could take a pill that would be like, there's just no more hair down there anymore, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
So much
like
easier.
Like a from the neck down pill. If you can give me like a neck down pill.
I would do a neck down pill.
I do a neck down pill.
I would. That would be
hell yeah. I would gladly fucking pay the price for that.
I would too.
Yeah. A neck down pill. Make a note of that, Frank.
Yeah.
All right. Another $1 million idea on the Wicked Funny podcast. Okay. Right. And this is from our boy Justin Springer. I've been having funny feelings towards women in their 70s. Is this a puberty thing? Now, Frank, you have had relationships with older women. Now, I know that we know Justin is one of our loyalist fans that have ever existed. And you know that this is clearly a joke question. But, Frank, you did have a fucking love thing with an older lady. So, how would the puberty guy answer this question? Answer this, puberty guy.
I would say, for whatever reason, there's nothing wrong with you're gonna meet people that you have a crush on sometimes, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if they're a lot older than you, or even a little older than you just gotta move on.
Like the librarian.
Or I could say, what you need to do if she's 70 years old is Google 70-year-old women naked. And then look at all those pictures, and you won't have a problem with this anymore.
But what if the pictures arouse this boy even more, Frank? What if you sent? What if you just sent my poor son down a crazy rabbit hole? Is what you just did. Puberty guy fail.
No, I would just. Well, all right. Well, I could also answer. Well, it sounds like you might have gerontophilia.
That's what it's called, gerontophilia.
If I'm pronouncing that right.
Is that what happens when you don't smoke pubic hair? When you don't smoke pubic hair from the neck down?
When you don't smoke pubic hair from the neck down, is that what you
I
said?
I stayed committed to that one. Yeah.
I don't think anyone does that. No one has pubic hair from the neck down. That would be a lot of pubes. No, I think gerontophilia is when you're into old people.
Wow. What's the gap?
I don't know.
Like at what age do you become a guy? What is it? A neurophiliac? A gyrophiliac?
Gerontophilia.
A gerontophilic? A gerontophile. At
Yeah.
what point do you become a Geronimophile, Frank? Is it
Uh,
like a 20-year gap, a 30-year gap?
this seems to be like 20 to 20 plus, 25.
So if you're dating somebody 20 years older than you, you're a Geronimophile.
Maybe. I don't know. It just says the elderly.
Frank, what does the internet say?
Well, Wikipedia is kind of not super specific, but the idea is an elderly person. So, like, we consider what age to be elderly.
Okay,
So,
I, that's an opinion though.
yeah.
Because every time somebody gets older, they always say another age is the new age.
Yeah, well, it's like
Oh, 50,
Jer
50 is the new 40, 40 is the new 30, 30 is the new 20.
the ger part of the word though means like geriatric. That's where it comes from.
Yeah, okay, geriatric.
So think those types of people. When you're into that sort of thing, and I would assume you're also a bit younger, because it wouldn't make
Okay,
sense if you're also that age group. Then it
all
would be
right,
normal. And
fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough with that. All right, those are our fucking questions. If anybody else has a question for the puberty guy, send them in.
send them on in, man.
Frank's gonna knock this fucking out of the park every week. That was great. The way you told the child to look up grandma pornography, and there was another creepy thing you said in there too. We'll have
Dude,
to look back on the tape.
when I was like 12 or 13, I stumbled upon a bunch of weird porn, and it was terrifying.
Well, yeah, that's how you introduce. See the stuff. I had woods porn. I've mentioned that. You'd walk
Oh
in the
yeah, I
woods
had
and
woods
find
porn.
porn,
The woods
and
porn was
and
normal.
you'd pass it around. Everybody had their own little woods porn stash.
We had a
You know.
fort. We had it in the fort.
Mm.
Yep. But that was like regular porn. It wasn't anything crazy. Though I was at my friend Nick's once, and I don't know if I should have said his name, but
There's a billion fucking Nicks
I
on the
know,
planet.
but it doesn't matter. It was in middle school. We were at his house, and he's like, my dad has porn, and it was magazines of chicks with dicks.
Oh,
Yeah, so that was weird. That
was
was
he like into it? I sold my friends on chicks with dicks porn one time.
you sold them like you
I
convinced them it was
fucking
good.
yeah, like it was yeah. I
Why?
tried to do it just to see if I could do it because it was funny. Like they were talking about porn, and I just like, and I said it with confidence. I'm like, I'm gonna set this shit up, and I'm like, guys, I've been watching like a lot of like chicks with dicks porn, like tram porn, and they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, why? And I'm like, well, think about it. I'm like, you watch regular porn, right? And they're like, yeah, I go. And so you watch a dick go into a pussy, right? And they're like, yeah, I go. So what if the dick was just attached to a fucking hot looking chick? And they're like, yeah, I can see that. I'm like, it's still a dick, everybody. And they were kind of on board. And now they all have their own they have their favorite stars and everything.
The thing where if you break it down in your head, you're kind of like, well, it does make sense.
Like it makes sense.
That'd be like, well, if you're gonna watch
Yeah.
like a dude fuck a girl anyway, like, what if it was a girl fucking the girl? And there's
Yeah. So what's the difference if she's wearing a fucking strap on or not? Who cares? Like, just let everybody. Everybody should be able to fuck anybody. That's
well, no one's saying they shouldn't. It's just whether or not you want to whack off.
you should be able. To fuck. I'm Brian Bowden. I'm running for president. I think everybody should be able to fuck everybody.
Yeah,
Vote for me.
that's a good way to put it too.
Hmm.
Are you part of everybody? Do you want to fuck all the rest of the people out there?
You want to fuck everybody? Well, vote for Brian Bowden.
What would your slogan be?
Everybody's gonna fuck everybody.
That's all you. That would be.
That's it. That's it.
That's
You know, mate. You know what it'd be? Let's go, Brian. Let's go, Brian. Or Bo Knows. Or Bo Knows. BEAU. I'll do a whole Bo Knows campaign.
Bo Knows would be pretty sweet.
Bo Knows. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Bo fucking does know.
You could put your face on a bunch of old baseball and football cards and shit.
Yeah, and if I was running against the fucking female, I'd bring back bows before hoes, right? That would be the slogan, and I'd win. And they'd be like,
"Make you a campaign. You can run for like governor of Rhode Island."
This is it. I would legalize weed, everybody.
Really
this is what I would do. I'd legalize weed for sure. Anybody can fuck anybody. That's on the table.
If you're like, I'll legalize weed, and they're like, that's already been done, and you're like, that's how good I am at it. That's
you know, like, you know what it is? You know, like, it's just gonna be like if you're against it, like if you're for this thing, you're a decent human being, and that would be like my whole platform.
Yeah.
Right. Just like if you're for, you're a decent human. You know.
Do you want to get a good night's sleep every night? That's what I stand for.
That's what I stand for, man.
Yeah. Should you kick old people in the shins? No. Let's put a stop to that.
Yeah, let's end that shit. Nobody should be getting kicked. Law and order. And that's the thing. I'd slip in little Republican shit. And then,
perfect.
What else would I do if I was king? I would make sure all miniature golf courses get an upgrade because I've played a lot of them, and I think mini golf's slacking nowadays, and I think we need to bring it back. I think mini golf is the shit, and I think people don't give mini golf its due diligence in life.
I'll tell you what, I have a problem with mini golf.
What?
How? This actually is something that you can apply to most games. But I enjoy the act of playing mini golf. I like hitting the ball and getting it in the hole, or trying to get it in the hole. I don't like that when you go mini golfing, you spend most of the time just waiting in line to hit the ball.
Not when you golf with Brian motherfucking Bowden.
I guarantee you spend more time waiting than you do hitting the ball.
Absolutely not. No.
Yes.
No. Wrong. Wrong.
That's not even
wrong.
How's it wrong?
I'm going to tell you how it's wrong. Because, number one, when I go mini golfing, it's usually my son and me. Okay?
Yeah.
So there's two of us. So we went to Cape Cod, played Skull Island on Cape Cod. There was a foursome in front of us. I looked at my son. And I said, the puberty guys are going to explain this to you in a couple of years.
Really, I would just be like, what do you think it probably means? You're right.
Yeah.
You know?
So I told him, like, let's skip this hole. We'll just start on hole 2 so we don't have to wait. And he goes, okay. So we did hole 2. And then we look back. Foursome's still on hole 1. So we played hole 2 again. Then we played hole 3. Yeah. So we let the fucking people play their little pity pat putt while me and him fucking fuck shit up on every hole.
But you're not playing in the normal way there. You're like kind of doing your own thing. Being a little rebellious even, maybe.
I wouldn't call it rebellious. I'd say I'm taking advantage of the fucking course facility.
I think it makes sense. But, you know, you're jumping in line, moving all over the place.
I'm not moving all over the place. I'm staying in fucking line. The problem is the people behind me are playing slow, so I can play each hole fucking twice and not wait for the people in front of me.
All right. Well, if a group of people, if someone is not so bold as to do that, they absolutely stand around waiting more than they actually stand like on the green.
Maybe that's a good thing, Frank, because you can have a conversation with your friends about some shit and learn something. Maybe that's a good thing.
Same thing with bowling. I enjoy bowling, but 99% of that is just sitting in a chair.
That bowling, I was fucking nasty last time I went bowling. It was my buddy Nate's birthday. I fucked shit up crooked.
Bowling alleys were like driving ranges. That would be sweet. You have your own like alley thing, your own thing, and it's only you. So there's no like waiting, and you just blast through your 10 frames.
I mean, you could set it up that way as long as the frames are available.
You would be like in the lane next to me. And then
you can. I think that's perfectly feasible.
That's how you should bowl. That's
okay. Well, if
in line, and you could play like 10 games.
Some people just like to enjoy the time together with each other. Sometimes it's not about bowling, Frank. Sometimes it's just
Well,
about
then
mini
I guess we don't need to be at a bowling alley.
golf. How do you feel about ping pong? Tell me why you hate ping pong.
I enjoy ping pong quite a lot.
I'm fucking great at ping pong.
Dude, I play it with Tim sometimes in person with the Oculus Quest 2. Feels so goddamn real that like I've dropped the controller numerous times because I try to put it on the table that isn't there.
Yeah.
Like you can put spin on the ball and all kinds of stuff.
I'm a purist, Frank. I'm a purist. I have played that ping pong game and I enjoy it.
It's
I
great.
enjoy
It's
it.
impressive.
I don't know if it's supposed to call it ping pong because the Chinese people get mad. I think it's table tennis now. I enjoy table tennis
Oh, really?
as much as
Wait,
I
was
think.
ping pong a racial thing? Because it
I
sounds
think
like
it
Chinese.
was. I think it was.
It was like ching chong or something.
I think if you look at an Asian person and say, "Look at that ping pong," people know exactly what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, yeah, they would because of the ings and the ongs.
No,
But
there's
like,
a lot of ings, a lot of ongs.
but if you said to a Chinese person you want to go play,
Yeah, not true, because if I said, "Look at that ping pong," you wouldn't know who I was talking about.
I would assume. I would assume.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna say, "Look at that bing bong," and I guarantee, like, we got to do this with a fresh face.
You got to do this probably not in public ever.
Oh, where else are we gonna do it? I don't know
If you
any
get
China.
caught, you're gonna get karate kicked in the neck.
Yeah, well, sometimes I'm willing to fucking lay my life on the line to prove a fucking point.
All right, ings and ongs, sound sort of Chinese like.
Yeah. So anyway, uh, I love ping pong. I used to work at a sports store, and we played so much fucking ping pong. It was incredible. We played an incredible amount of ping pong. We had ping pong tournaments, and I am surprisingly fucking good at ping pong.
I
Love
really enjoy it. I don't think I'm very
Love
good
it.
at it.
Mm.
I like it a lot though. But I just
Well,
don't
yeah,
like
it's a game that everybody likes, but not everybody plays. So when you step up to the table with the king, you're gonna get fucked up.
Yeah. I think a lot of people
Oh,
don't play it because you kind of have to be at like a rec center. Because where are you going to put it in your house for a lot of people?
yeah, and it's an impractical table game, but
It is.
you know,
It's like I guess you could have one for outside. You know.
those tables aren't good. They don't have that. They don't have the right bounce
Yeah.
because it's got to withstand the fucking elements. It's more like a novelty thing.
Yeah.
I was getting they had them in they when we were at Disney, they had them next to the pool, and me and my son were playing ping pong, and I'm like, I don't like the table, I'm like,
You stop the game? Were you like, I'm
I
not doing
did.
this?
Yeah, and I was winning too. I'm
You don't get to have fun because I don't like the table.
like, this is a weird table, huh? It's like, yeah, you want to do something else? I'm like, yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this ping pong table.
Nice.
I said something to the lifeguard too.
About the table.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I leaned in. I'm like, like I was just kind of walking, and everybody's nice at Disney that works there, all the cast members. Then they say, "Hey, it's a good day, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You guys got a weird ping pong table, huh?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, it's over there." Like I guess he was asking. He thought I was asking where it was. I said, "Yeah, I played it. The table doesn't have good bounce." And he goes, "Yeah, nobody's ever said that before." And I'm like, "Well, I just
That's because nobody's ever cared enough to say it before.
nobody's ever,
Lifeguard.
yeah, nobody's ever brought it
Hey,
to my
pass me
attention."
that table over there. Get it
I
repaired.
let When I left my review, I said my stay at Disney Pop Century was fantastic. However, the ping pong table was a little off, and it angled out a little bit. It wasn't an ideal
I'm
situation.
surprised it wasn't like a really nice day, but you think Disney would be on that shit.
That's the thing, Fuck.
They're not known for skimping.
No, they're not. Fucking, they know how to put on a goddamn show. I'll tell you that. Disney's a shit.
Disney's very fun.
Mm.
It's
Anyway.
tremendous.
Yeah. Fucking A. You know what, Frank? We're at 45, and I love you. But you got anything else, man?
Well, are we going to get to your train lyrics?
Let's do that on the Patreon.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it on the Patreon. I'm having fun. Let's roll it over. Patreon, and then well, yeah. We're not good at ending episodes. This is I miss Katie now because I could just say, Katie, do the thing. And I could say, Frank, do the thing, but you would Frank, do the thing.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Like, subscribe, review, share it. Go on social media and find us on all the ones.
At Wicked Funny Podcast, wickedfunnypodcast.com.
You can find links to all our stuff. Join our Patreon for exclusive content. All different levels. There's levels in there. It's like a pyramid.
You did great, Frank. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Please send in your puberty questions, and please join us on the Patreon for some really funny train lyrics. We'll see how that goes. Okay, good. Love you all. Love you all. Sayonara. Goodbye.
Oh, I already hit it.